So situation analysis is the exercise where one has to undertake a comprehensive assessment of the current state of climate risks, climate challenges, and the adaptation measures that are available at the community level for coping with climate action. So when you have to undertake a situational analysis, one, you ought to identify the core components. And what are these core components in identifying the climate risk and challenges? One of them is the policy and legislative framework. You have to identify what are the existing legislative and policy framework at the national level and also at the county level. A good example is the climate change action plan. Is the climate change action plan in place at the county level? Is the national climate change action plan also available at the national level? Are these plans functional? And if they are not functional, where are they not functional? Because at the end of the day, these climate actions, measures that we are advancing, they ought to be well argumented or grounded on policies and legislations. The other component that we have to assess or rather analyze is vulnerability and exposure. Vulnerability is who is prone to these climate hazards and risks. A climate hazard and risk, an example of them is drought. Who is prone to these droughts and why are they prone? Is it the women? Is it the children? Is it the men, the people with disability and the youth? For example, the women could be more vulnerable to climate risk because of the long distances that they have to walk in excess of water and also in excess for food, now that they have the social role of placing food and water on the table. So those are the factors that we have to analyze. And do they have access to the resources? And these resources could include maybe farm to cultivate, or even access to the forest for the forest products, so that they are able maybe to improve or even improve their status of vulnerability to the climate change. The other component that we have to analyze is the institutions, and the institutions go below, like the physical structure. It is the actors who are there. We assess who is involved, how they are involved, why they are involved, what is their power, and more so how they collaborate among themselves for this climate action. A good example is like when we are analyzing a situation analysis to deal with water scarcity. Who is involved in water scarcity? The private sector, in maybe in coming up with creativity and innovations for handling the water scarcity. The government could be there, maybe providing the machinery for drilling the borehole water, the community providing the labor, or even the lack of the labor and all the other resources like the financial resources. So we have to analyze what stakeholders are involved and who is collaborating with who or who is not collaborating with who. In other words, how coordinated are these actions to mitigating a drought?